Bunyog, bunyog, halikan na kasama ka. Bunyog, kapag buklod ay may pag-asa.
I withdrew the measure para gusto po natin suportahan ang mga panukala na nagsasabi na ibalik yung kalendaryo ng ating eskwelahan sa dati, which was March break until June. Nakita naman po natin sa sobrang init ng panahon na yon, napaka-delikado para sa ating mga kabataan at sa ating mga mangguguro na ituloy itong klaseng, of course, school system and school calendar. And we already studied the previous results in the last 2 years. Mas marami pong school suspensions na yon kaysa June or July or June, July, August kung saan ay nagkakaroon ng bagyo. Ngayon po halos linggo-linggo nagkakaroon ng school suspensions because it is really not conducive to the learning environment kung nasa 35 to 40 degrees po yung init ng panahon sa loob ng mga paaralan nila. Kaya I'm hoping that the DepEd Secretary Duterte can push for the restoration of the former summer classes or summer break, which was starting second week of March until first week of June. Yan sa tingin ko ay pinakamaganda dahil pagdating po ng June ay umuulan na po, medyo mas malamig at ligtas po ang ating mga kabataan sa ganito klaseng unbearable, intolerable and very dangerous heat index pagdating po ng ating mga summers. Alam mo, nag-iba na po talaga ang klima and because of climate change, it has become so hot. Probably the hottest months ever recorded by Pag-asa. Kaya siguro pag-isipan natin to para sa ating mga kabataan and that will be the best, I think, gift that we can give them sa susunod na taon. So, yun lamang po, if there's any questions, guys. Yeah. Global boiling. Well, alam mo, it's climate change adaptation. I'm sure our dear Senate President Pro Tempore would have said the same, being siya po ang ating climate change champion. It's global boiling, you're absolutely correct. So we have to do climate change adaptation. Hindi naman tayo net global polluter Pilipinas. Napakalit po ng pollution natin in terms of the global scale as compared to China, US, Russia, Japan, all these industrial nations. What we can only do is try to survive. Kailangan lang po natin makasurvive nitong tinatawag natin na extreme weather events. Katulad dito nangyayari na yun sa atin sa Pilipinas na dati hanggang 32 degrees lamang po, pinakamainit nung panahon natin, nung bata pa tayo. Ngayon po, unheard of. Alam mo, kanina paglabas ko nga ng bahay, para tayo na sa sauna bath dahil sa sobrang init ng panahon. And I'm hearing reports that the agriculture sector is suffering a lot. Marami pong crop damage. Marami din pong in the field of animal husbandry, itong mga cattle ranchers, yung mga sa mga manuka na wala pa pong tunnel ventilation ng modern technology, talagang namamatay yung mga manok dahil sa init, yung mga baka namamatay na rin. And they're having more diseases pagdating po sa baboy dahil sa sobrang init, nagkakaroon po sila ng napakaraming mga sakit. And I think that is now becoming to be a phenomenon all over the Philippines. Kaya in terms of budget, umapila din po tayo sa DA, Department of Agriculture, to continuously monitor the situation, lalo na sa livestock production, hindi lamang sa mga plantation crops. Dahil obviously, pag walang irrigation po yung isang lugar, mamamatay ito mga tinanim ng mga mais, mga tubo, of course, palay, kung walang irrigation. If it is rain-fed, then talagang disaster po ang ating mga magsasaka. Pagdating po naman sa livestock management, dapat i-monitor po nila ito dahil ang dami ko nakuha ng feedback over the weekend na marami po mga farms na ay apektado dito sa napakatinding init na nararamdaman po natin ngayon. Ang kailangan po natin ay ulan, and we're hoping that the government as well through the DOST can come up with new measures for rain making, rain seeding, cloud seeding kung meron. Kung may mga problema dyan, o wala pong clouds na nakikita sa skies, ay talagang mahihirapan po sila. So we're hoping that the entry of the rainy season comes sooner rather than later, because we still have 1 month to go, and napakarami pong napipinsala na yung mga farmers dahil dito sa El Nino na ito. And also, we should also be on the energy side, kailangan din po tayo magtipid. Alam ko napakahirap magtipid na yun, pero we are now on yellow-orange alert when it comes to the energy sector, dahil nga siguro lahat po ng electric fans, air conditioners nakabukas ay gumagamit din po ito na napakatinding kuryente, napakalaking kuryente na ginagamit po nila. And unfortunately, I don't think our base loads can cope up with it. So minomonitor din po yan ng DOE. So yan po, nagka-apela po tayo sa Department of Energy to monitor the electricity situation, the DA to monitor the livestock and crop situation, yung food security situation ng ating bansa, at umaapela din po tayo sa DepEd na kung pwede, ibalik na po natin sa susunod na taon ang ating summer breaks sa dati para ligtas po ang ating mga kabataan sa ganitong klaseng tindi ng init na pwede po sila masaktan. This is our legislation. These are all legislation. Yung Chacha kasi may 3 hearing pa kami, and I'll find out in the caucus, of course, what dates are we going to go to Baguio, Cebu, and Cagayan de Oro. After that, we can discuss with the group ano bang plano nila sa Chacha. Yung sa atin yung 6, di ba? Yung Chacha na house. Well, it's still here, pending, of course, the approval of RBH 6, if that's possible. If, ano yan i-reconcile yan So, parang bill yan, i-reconcile po yan. And then, of course, it will still need 18 votes as far as the Senate is concerned dito sa RBH 6. It's identical. It's completely identical naman sa RBH 6. Wala pa, I will leave it to the Rules Committee to decide on how they will tackle the rules on the approval of this measure on the floor. Kasi, mangyari yan, magkakaroon ng committee report. After the committee report, we'll have debates on the floor. I will find out from the leadership, particularly with the minority floor leader and majority floor leader, how do they want to proceed with that. I would prefer that it will not be done during Senate session time at 3 o'clock kasi marami tayong 20 ang bills sinahabol ko. Kaya hindi po pwedeng ipuno itong 3 p.m. session natin all the way up to the evenings. So we may have to discuss charter change during the morning sessions. We can have morning sessions. That's a possibility, guys. So, but we'll have a caucus to discuss that as well. The regional consultations will be, yes, matutuloy po yan. We'll invite everybody. We'll provide everyone with buses and hotel rooms and all that para makasama yung media sa Baguio, Cebu, and Cagayan de Oro. At kasama yun, I made a personal commitment to Senator Bato that we will discuss that on this next month of work before Synergy. Alam, magkaalaman na lang, we just vote on it. Kung wala namang boto, then so be it. Kung may boto, then so be it. Kasi pending na yan sa atin almost 1 year na sa plenary. So I want to get that through na. And you know, talagang pinaghirapan din ni Senator Bato yan, Senator Tolentino, nagkakaroon na nga ng ROTC budget si Senator Tolentino. Mahilig siya dun sa budget ng ROTC. So, kawawa naman sila. Let's put it to a vote, those who are supportive or not of the measure. Sabi ko nga takot kasi ng mga tao na against ROTC. Baka maibalik yung hazing. Let me put this categorically and clearly to everyone. There is a very strong anti-hazing law. Whether you're a fraternity, whether you're an organization, whether you are a member of the ROTC, pag sinaktan mo yung bata, makukulong ka. End of story. So, alam na po nila yun. Wala kasi, nung nangyari po yung hazing death due to ROTC and UST, several kay Mr. Chua yata. I know it's Chua, no? It was a Filipino-Chinese student. Wala pa tayong hazing law noon. Now we have a hazing law. So these corps commanders, these, of course, officers of the ROTC, Cadet Corps, will be subject to the same rules of the law. So talagang mag-iingat na sila. Tsaka, nag-usap naman kami ni General, our Chief of Staff, General Browner, and General Browner has said that they are now going to make it different. So, kung expertise mo ay computer, hindi ka na kailangan magmarcha-marcha pa sa labas. Ang pagpasok mo is the anti-hacking group of the core, of the ROTC core, etc., etc. So, if you're a nurse, you're a doctor, you're in the field of nursing, lilipat ka dun sa nursing core. So, hindi lahat na magmamatsa lamang, may specialized, and it will enhance the specialization for the course.
Bunyog, bunyog, halikan na kasama ka. Bunyog, kapag buklod ay may pag-asa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, isa ang pananaw. Sa bagong Pilipinas ang bunyog isisigaw.